It's Million Dollar Money Making Monday. It's me, Jesse T, with you, Jesse Torero, and the Home Selling Group. Your home sold guaranteed, or I'll buy it, at 1-844-402-4222, extension 1045. Hey, call for all the free recorded messages and information. You won't talk to anybody. So we want you to give us a call there and find out more, especially if you're thinking about selling. Selling is something that is very, very important to most people in the first part of their lives, because that's usually when they buy a house in the first part of their lives. And that's usually when they sell it in the first part of their adult lives and move on to a second house. So if you're thinking about selling, you want to get the highest price that you want to get it sold in an acceptable amount of time. And if you want to have it to be hassle-free, to close quickly, you've got to get in touch with us, because we have a buyers in waiting program, a buyers in waiting club membership that is 3,000 strong. And we might have your property sold already. So, hey, check us out at 1-844-402-4222, extension 1045, for the Your Home Sold Guaranteed, or I'll Buy It program from the Home Selling Group and me, Jesse Torero. Million Dollar Money Making Monday, every 6 o'clock right here on Monday. A little bit late today. Had some previous business I was trying to get out of, and we finally rushed into the studio here and are ready to go. Are you ready? Well, I hope you have a piece of paper and a pen. And by the way, like and share this for all our friends on Facebook who are watching. Please do, and pass it along and ask as many questions as you possibly can. And also, this is going as our foundation site out to YouTube. YouTube is our primary source for in terms of the platform that it goes out on. From there, it radiates out like the waves and ripples in a pond. And so if you're on YouTube, hit that little bell icon up on the right-hand side so you get notifications every time that we're on. Hey, please subscribe. It's free. And like and share and ask any questions, because the more that get involved, the more questions are asked, the more we all learn. And I certainly love to entertain those questions. And if I can't get to them readily available right now, I'll get to them and go back to the comments and answer them, okay? So please like and share us. One of the things about buying real estate is that after you've bought your first home, and that's kind of where we're going to start for today's conversation, today's show. I'm going to presume that you already own a property. We talked about a few weeks ago on how to get that first property and start building that wealth road that I call that wealth road, sort of like, going down the yellow brick road in the Wizard of Oz. You never know what's ahead of you, but if you just keep following that yellow brick road, you're going to get to the land of Oz. Well, we try to set up these programs. There's about 8 to 10 plans that are available that we have done ourselves over and over and over. And we have certainly helped lots of buyers and sellers down that road as well. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to get started in Plan 3. Now, this is Plan 3. And Plan 3 talks about one simple concept. And it's not going to take long to go through it, but it's a concept that many people don't know about. Experienced investors do. But I'm going to presume that this is the first time for you. And so I want to help you build that $1 million money making asset called real estate. Okay, create some cash flow so you can start retiring from the job a little bit. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to talk about this real simple concept, and the concept is called using what you've got to get what you want. Using what you've got to get what you want. Okay, and that's a real easy thing. If you've got something, I'm going to presume you own a house already. And you certainly, if you bought it in the last couple of years, you've had one heck of an equity boost and blow up. I mean, like a rocket ship. So you've got equity in that property, and plus your down payment, whatever it may have been, minimal or a whole bunch of money, you've got money sitting there, just basically what we call dead cold money. It's not doing anything for you. Yes, it's growing in wealth, and yes, it's going to eventually be super huge, and the mortgage balance will be almost nothing. But you want to create a source of funds that will provide extra income and that could lead you to multiple purchasing, which will then lead you to extremely high price assets in terms of equity. And that's what we talk about, $1 million money making Monday. And that is helping you go down the road in your real estate adventure to create this kind of asset, this kind of monthly income, so that you can back away and have the income for the rest of your life and leave a legacy after you're gone. And anybody can do this. It's not that hard. Okay, it's actually pretty easy when you think about it. You just got to know where to start and how to keep it going. So let's presume this right now, and we'll jump into this right now. So you get your paper and get your marky. Yes, your Sharpie. Okay, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to do something really simple. Now, this is the kind of way my brain works, but my brain works in pictures. I want you to draw a house. Okay. Yeah, that's a house. I want you to draw a house. Oh, you like my haircut? Yeah, pretty good, huh? Nice. Now I don't have to cut it for another 7 months. That's what I like. Okay, draw that house, and I just want you to put on the left side of that house, I want you to put $600,000. Because I'm going to assume and presume that you bought that house when it was probably priced at $400,000. Okay, we're going to round these figures off to the best that we can here. Say hi to our friends on Instagram who have us on, as well as our friends on Facebook. Thanks a lot for checking out. So now what I want you to do is say 600,000. We're going to use round figures here because it's the concept that I'm teaching you, all right? So you have a house that you paid on the right-hand side $400,000 for a few years ago, and it has escalated to $600,000, okay? Now, I'm not going to put all of the fine costs and fine points in here, that's for another discussion. I just want to give you the basic idea so you can kind of put the seed in your brain and look at your personal situation and say, how can I utilize this basic concept? Okay, then we can reach out to each other and touch each other and see kind of how we can make that fit what you're doing, because everybody is a little bit different. So that means you have a $200,000 equity position. So I want it to look something like this. Okay, got it? Got it for our friends on Instagram? Okay. Now I want you to write a line across the bottom of that and put number 1. Circle a 1 with a circle around it. Okay? Like that. Okay? I do a lot better in pictures. I don't know why. So, in essence, what happened here is you bought a house a few years ago for $400,000, and now the house is worth $600,000, and you have a basic $200,000 equity position, and that's basically dead money. Okay, so somewhere in there, write dead money. It's not growing. It's not doing anything for you. Your value of your house is going to continue to go up. So right somewhere above in that first line and up, value is going to continue to go up. Your equity will increase, of course, but that's found money. Think about it for a second. That's found money. You didn't have that money a few years ago. And the chances are you working a gajillion hours a week to get that $200,000 in a couple of years wasn't going to happen. Unless, of course, you're a California lottery winner or something like that. Okay, you have a hit record or something. Okay, or you just happen to run into a billionaire who falls in love with you and wants to give you $200,000. Okay, so now you've got that boost of equity and you have value continuing to go up. Right now, for instance, value is going up at about $1,000 a month, $1,000 a week around Southern California for housing prices. Yeah, about $1,000 a week, and that's on the low side. So what are we going to do with that 200,000? That's the big question mark. How can that help us? Okay, how can that 200,000 help us? Well, let's say you take about 150,000 out, okay, and you refinance. Okay, remember I talked about using what you got to get what you want. You refinance, all right, and you take about 150,000 out. With the interest rates how low they are today, that is probably going to be less of a mortgage payment than you're paying now, including with the refinance, at least a break even. All right, so now you take 150,000 out. What are you going to do with that? That's tax-free money. You never have to pay tax for it because you're making a payment on it. It's interest money. Okay. Heck, you could go to Vegas and blow it all. You can buy a Lambo. You can go vacations. You can do a lot of things with that. But I'm suggesting you reinvest it. So the type of properties that I want you to reinvest in are a couple types. But first, we're going to talk about the most important type. Okay? And that is what we call residential income, 1 to 4 units. And we want to get 2 of them. Okay. To further in your drawing, okay, 200,000, we refinance it, we get a whole low that it keeps coming down. So this mortgage payment here together is going to be less than this mortgage payment you have up here because the rates are far lower than they were a couple of years ago. And I want you here to write 2 houses, a residential income, both of them, 1 to 4 units. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to take that $150,000 and we're going to buy 2 buildings, 4 units, not 1 building at 8 units, different type of project, 2 buildings. And we're going to put 25% down because that's the minimum that you can put down on a secondary property that you don't live in. Now, there is a way that we can get one of these properties to show that you're living in it. And you're welcome to give me a call about that one. It's a secret, okay? It's a secret how we do that, which means less money down, okay? Now, you can call us at 1-800-684-8699, and I'll load up that secret and tell you what it is, all right? But for our purpose right here, let's talk 25% down. So let's say this residential income unit is worth about $400,000. You say, well, Jesse, where can you get something worth $400,000 in Southern California that's got 4 units? Not in Beverly Hills, not in Burbank, not in Van Nuys, not in the city of San Gabriel, not in Long Beach, but you can find it in areas where there is heavy rental income. where most people are renters. And those areas and those zip codes and locations are less expensive. And that's what you want to do. You're not going to be living there. This is a business investment, okay? So what you want to do is you want to take, let's say, 25% of 400,000, right? So what does that come out to? 25% of 400,000 is what? 100,000, right? 400,000 times 25%. That's 100,000. So you take 100,000 and you put down on that $400,000 property. That leaves you with a $300,000 mortgage. Then you take the remaining 100,000, 50,000, and what do we do with that? Okay, I'm going to show you in a second. Watch. It's going to be magic what I'm going to show you. Okay. All right. So now you have a house of 4 units that are paying you roughly $2,000 a month. That's $8,000 a month of income. Okay? $8,000 a month income. Your mortgage payment on this is going to be about $2,000 a month. So you're going to have about $6,000 a month, $5,000 to $6,000 a month of positive cash flow in those 4 units. And if you want to be super conservative, you say $4,000 a month. That would include maintenance, major maintenance problems, major vacancies. Okay, so that's $48,000 a year of extra income added on, plus you got a tax write-off in losses on rent and upkeep and maintenance, etc. Water bills if you're paying for that. So let's just use basic ideas. You just made $48,000 more dollars. It's a nice raise, isn't it? The trick here is, here's the trick. Find the neighborhoods nobody else wants. People there have to rent too, right? You don't care where they're getting their money from. Government's giving it to them, they're working, whatever. They're still going to have to come up with $1,500 to $2,000 a month to live there. Right? And with so many people coming to California and population explosion, there's not enough rental properties for the people that want something to rent. So now you got $48,000 more a year coming in. So let's say you and your wife or make maybe what? Let's say $100,000 a year. Oh, that's too much money? Okay, $80,000 a year. Well, you just added $48,000 on there. Okay. And you're actually making $128,000 a year. So this is what we do with that $50,000. We have to come with 25% down, right? A secret plan that if you call 1-800, I'll tell you about it, okay? But let's just work in this pattern. So year 1, you bought this new unit. You take that $50,000 and you just invest it in something conservative that makes you more money than the interest you're paying for it, or at least equal to the interest you're paying for it, or at least half the interest you're paying for it. So what you do is you do something in the stock market, Bitcoin, something, whatever. You take that 50K, you can put it in the bank or put it in your safe. All right. You just don't touch it. 1 year goes by. The next year, this is what you do. That second property that I talked about, that I wanted you to buy 2. The second one, not including your house, but 2. 1 you got making $48,000 a year. The second one, you got I want you to buy that one. And I want you to buy it in an area nobody wants. So let's say you spend $300,000 for that one because it's really in the area nobody wants. The government helps you with money to fix it up if it needs it. The government helps you with renters. They'll pay the income of the monthly rental income if you need it. So now 25% of 300,000 is what? 25% of 3 is $75,000, right? Well, you have $50,000 right there, right? So you're $25,000 short, correct? So over that year that you were there, you take that some of that $48,000, right? You take $25,000 out of it. And you jump it over to cover the $25,000. You're left with $23,000. Now you've got a 25% down payment on a $300,000 piece of property. So you have something that makes what? $2,000 a month, 8 units. That's $8,000. Let's say you put 4 in your pocket because you just are super conservative. You put 4 in your pocket, that's another $48,000. You've just got $48,000 from property number 2, and you've got $48,000 coming in from property number 1, which means that's $96,000. Plus you have your house that has gone up, so you've got equity there. But you just put $96,000 of income into your pocket. And let's just say conservatively, $80,000 just to be a hard nose, okay, into your pocket. And you make $80,000 a year, you and your significant other. That means you guys are now making $160,000 a year. My goodness gracious. How did we do that? Right? The whole precipice of this. Oh, you want to see my crazy notes? Look at that. That's how my brain thinks. Is that crazy or what? I had my head down because I was crazy or what? Yeah, I'll give it to you. Don't remember. This is the kind of stuff they learn. This is the kind of stuff they do. That's why I've made so many millionaires out of buyers. And we've done pretty well ourselves. Because there's nothing I teach that I haven't done myself. Oh, there's a lot of nuances, a lot of ins and outs, and a lot of this, and a lot of that. But that's the basic idea. If you can master that concept, you're on the road to a millionaire. And you'll be the topic of $1 Million Money Making Monday. Telling you, you want to find out more information on how to do this, go to our new website, www.youravhomesearch.com. Or you can give us a call on our 800 number, leave a message, tell them you want this free report and these free notes, and I'll give them to you. That's 1-800-684-8699. Just if you want to get to me directly, I'll give you my direct number, 1-818-800-1343. Okay? I want you to be successful. We just showed you plan 3, using what you got to get what you want. Right? That's what it's all about. $1 Million Money Making Monday, brought to you by The Home Selling Group. Your home sold guaranteed, or we'll buy it at 1-844-402-4222. Extension 1045, free recorded message. Don't have to talk to anybody. Find out how we can make that happen to you. People ask me all the time, how does it work? It works well all the time. And I want to make it work for you. So if you're thinking about selling, hey, give us a call. Let us have a shot. Let us be the last one you talk to. And I promise you this, we'll be the only one you talk to, because nobody guarantees the fact that if they can't sell the house, they'll buy it, but we do at the Home Selling Group. 1-800-844-402-4222, extension 1045. This is me, Jesse Torero, sometimes known as Jesse T. Look for us all over the social media, websites, our YouTube, our Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Blogger, Vimeo, and so many more. We do a lot of tweeting out. We're on LinkedIn. We do a lot of social media marketing. And look for us everywhere, because we're on the air and everywhere. You never know when we're going to show up. Always remember, if it don't start right, it don't end right. So let's start right together. I got a new haircut. It's time to start right, right? Together, everybody achieves more. T-E-A-M. What's that spell? Team. And you and I, we are a team. This is Jesse T. We'll see you next time. Take care.